Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. With a stroke of a pen, your benefits are gone. And that's exactly what is happening right now within the state of Virginia. Now, why is this important even if you're not in Virginia? Let me tell you why. Because believe me, the states and different governors are watching each other and seeing what each can get away with. And if they're ripping away your benefits in Virginia, who's to say that, hey, Texas could be next, Florida, California, New York, you name it, and your benefits can be gone. I'm going to dive into this because it's an important issue and there is a call to action specifically to those in Virginia. So please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. The more that you watch will help get this video out to others. It's absolutely not acceptable to rip away benefits from veterans. That's the bottom line. Now, this has to do with the Virginia Military Survivors and Dependent Education Program, as well as Chapter 35, which plenty of you are aware of, which is $1,488 per month, that goes into your dependent spouse, dependent child, surviving spouse, and dependent's pocket. If you're in Virginia, that's changing. Now, there is time to reverse this, and that's what this is about. The call to action is there is a petition that can be signed, and I will put that in the description as well as in the comments, the link to the petition for you to sign. Because anytime anybody, I don't care who it is, accidentally rips away your benefits or intentionally rips them away, we need to fight back regardless if it's a state or a federal type of an issue. Because again, the states watch each other, and believe me, if they get away with it in one, it's a domino effect. So let's jump into it here. There's an article, and I'm going to read this to give you kind of the backdrop, and then I'll put the information for the petition to be signed as well. So jumping into the article here, Governor Glenn Youngkin on Wednesday directed a stakeholder task force to address unintended consequences of significant changes to military survivor and dependent tuition waiver he approved when he signed the budget bill into law. Youngkin approved changes Monday to Virginia's Military Survivors and Dependent Education Program under a blanket waivers and related stipends section on page 641 of the 682-page second chapter of the budget. Accordingly, the Military Survivor and Dependent Tuition Waiver, as well as all other tuition waivers and stipend programs, will no longer be available to graduate students, and qualifying undergraduate students will have to apply for and use other eligible federal and state financial aid first. Unacceptable. It puts we should be breaking down barriers, not adding barriers to improving educational options for those that are 90% rated and 100% rated veterans, spouses, and dependents. Bottom line. So here we have a governor saying, let's make it more difficult for the spouses and dependents and survivors of veterans who are rated high for disabilities incurred due to their federal service. Let's throw barriers up and make it harder for them to be able to get along in life. Let's push them down and push them over there. Wrong attitude. And I don't, frankly, I don't care if it was unintended or accidental. Your staff should have been paying attention and said, hey, look, that needs to be rectified before you sign that. So whoever your staffer is that covers your military and veterans affairs aspects needs to re-engage. Okay, let's move on. So the program provides a tuition waiver and an annual stipend to spouses and children of veterans who are killed, missing in action, taken prisoner, or at least 90% permanently disabled as a result of military service or combat. So you're 90% rated VA compensation rated veterans at 90% and higher. Advocates for the program have denounced legislating major changes through the budget process and turning what they say is an earned benefit into a need-based aid. Exactly. Bottom line, it's changing now to needs-based instead of earned benefit. Look, we have earned the benefits to this education. We earn the benefits, whether it's a federal or a state benefit or combination thereof. We earned it due to our service. And I'll tell you what, changing it into a needs-based approach is horrific. The spouses and dependents of veterans who are severely disabled or 90% or above or killed, they deserve to be able to get the education they need to sustain a life. And this is unacceptable. Again, there'll be the petition in the description and in the comments. The changes went into effect Wednesday, the 22nd of May, 2024. The same day, Youngkin issued Executive Directive 7 to create a task force to review how the eligibility requirements may affect military families and identify potential changes to be considered by the legislature in the future. Okay, so that's actually pretty funky because it sounds right there that, okay, if he signed it on Monday, went into effect on Wednesday. Wednesday is the day that he put in the Executive Directive 7 to create the task force for undoing this, potentially, means that, one, probably wasn't aware, I'm guessing, on Monday, and then was made aware by Wednesday, in which took immediate action. We need to move quicker and make this thing effective, undo these changes effective post-haste, right? Moving on, although the General Assembly program eligibility changes are a good faith effort to ensure the sustainability of the, I'm going to just do the acronym for the entire program. Remember that the program is Virginia Military Survivors Dependents Education Program. So it's the VMSDEP for our military families. I have heard from General Assembly members from both sides of the aisle that some of these changes may result in unintended consequences. Yes, they will. And that the efforts to ensure the long-term health of the program and preservation of the waiver program would greatly benefit from thorough public engagement. Public engagement. Here's the deal. If you believe that this should be undone, you're a Virginia citizen, right? Sign the petition, right? Have your spouse sign the petition. Have your dependents, if they're of age, sign the petition. Have your parents sign the petition. The broader your circle becomes of influence, the more that action can actually result. The other thing is, after the petition, call your governor's office. Let them know how you feel about it. Leave a message, send an email, whatever it is. All right, Youngkin submitted, or let's move on here. Let's see, it says here, may result in a waiver program will regularly. Okay, from public engagement with our veteran community, right? That's you, especially our Gold Star families. Youngkin's directive said. Youngkin submitted a proposed amendment in April that would have tasked the stakeholder group with making recommendations on legislative actions and budgetary modifications by November, but it was shot down by the General Assembly. Again, why is it so important to think about who we're voting for? I mean, I don't know who these people are, and quite frankly, let's leave Democrat, Republican out of it and just say military friendly. Right? You need to have military-friendly individuals in office, period. The reforms were recommended by the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia to rein in the tuition waivers cost, which the council said nearly quadrupled from $12 million in 2019 to $46.3 million in 2022. Hampton Roads Universities and others across the state have been forced to absorb the lost revenue or spread the cost of the waiver to other students. The cost of the tuition waiver is expected to exceed $13 million at Old Dominion University for the upcoming school year. And the Old Dominion University spokesperson Amber Kennedy said previously. So, look, this isn't a matter of dollars and cents. This isn't any of that, right? This is not some sort of a handout. This is a benefit that was earned and now is being ripped away, sadly. Now, remember that you get benefits from the federal government and you get benefits from the state government as a disabled veteran, as the spouse, as a surviving spouse, as a dependent. And once they give those, they should not rip them away, and that is exactly what's happening here. Again, I'm going to throw in the comments and the description the information on the petition, so please check that out, and you can sign the petition there post haste. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one, and remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.